Hi guys, this is Tekavri. I welcome you to this video tutorial on creating an ASP.NET Core 2.2 application with Angular 7 frontend. And in the last video tutorial, we implemented role-based authorization in our application. In this video tutorial, we will be using Postman to test our API methods again to make sure that the authorization is working as it is supposed to work as per our requirements. And to do that, first thing we will do is go ahead and run our application. Also, please make sure that you have your server up and running since we're going to make requests to the servers, and have your Azure Data Studio also up and running so that we can log into our database and check if the API methods have worked as per the requirement as well. So my local host, and let's log in. So the application is now up and running. So just copy the link and go back to Postman. First thing that here we want to check is the login. So we will log in because we need to be authenticated in order to check our APIs. So let's call the account controller and the login method. And then in our headers, let's say content type, set it to JSON. Go to the body, go to row, and let's send the username and password. This was the user that we created in the previous video tutorials when we were testing our APIs. Now we'll use the same user to log in. So now we have the details. Now we'll make a request. So let's make a request. And we are getting a unsupported media type error. Maybe we have to fix something here now because the content type was not added. So let's send this again. So now we have successfully logged in and we have received a token from our application, that is a JWT, that's a JSON Web Token. And now we will use this token in order to make requests. So let's open a new tab, change this to post once again, and actually change it to get. And now what we want to do is we want to get a list of all products. So we access the product controller and then we do get product. Was it get products or get product? Get products, okay. So now what do you think is going to happen? Since we have an authorized attribute, do you think we will get a list of products? Let's check. We have not received anything. We received an 401 unauthorized response, which means we made a request to this method, that's this API, and this middleware was checking if it's an authenticated user and if it's a valid request. And as per the middleware, it is not a valid request, and which is true because we didn't provide the middleware with our token that we have already been validated. Therefore, in order to view the products, we need to tell our middleware that we are authenticated and we are an authenticated user with the role of customer, and all that information is here in this token. And when it receives this token, then it will use the JWT validation service middleware to validate it. Now How do we add this? So let's go ahead and add the token. Let's go back to headers, authorization. So under the authorization, first thing that we want to do is choose bearer token. And here we need to specify our token. And the token is here. Let's copy this token. Make sure you don't copy the quotation marks. And then go here, Control A, and let's paste this token here. Now we will make the request to our API / product controller / the get products method, which has an authorized attribute, and requires the policy of required logged in, and see what result we get. So let's hit send. And as you see, we got a response of 200. Okay, which means we have a valid token and we were able to get a list of products. Now let's go ahead and test our add products method. Since our add products requires us to have the role of a administrator, not a customer. So let's go ahead and check this. If we can access the add product with the role of a customer using the token that we received when a customer logged in. So let's go to headers, set the content type to application JSON, go to authorization, choose bearer token, paste our token. Our token is here, so Control C and paste this token. Oh, didn't copy it. Copy the token and paste the token here. Now in the body, since I'm going to add a new product, I need to provide the product details. So let's add the array with the new product details. So I have added an array with the new product details, and now I'm going to use the token that was used by the customer to add a new product. And let's see what we get as a response. See, we get a 403 forbidden, which means that the access was denied. So we don't have the authority to add new products. The only thing that we can do with this token that we have is view products. And you can go ahead and test edit products and delete products as well, because it should return you the same 403 forbidden error response. Now, who has the authority to do it? It's an admin. So let's go ahead and add a admin user to our database. So let's go and add a new tab, and this time we would want to call our register method, and we will set the content type to application JSON, and then body. And here we will add the details of our new user. So we are going to create a new user, and once we create a new user, we'll go to our database and then change the role of that user. Since we don't have any front end kind of a panel, admin panel, where we can change the user's role to admin, because we haven't yet started coding our front end, we have to do it manually from the database. So let's go ahead and first create this new user. Okay, I got an error because I needed to change this to register. And now let's go ahead and create this new user. So new user is created successfully. Open our database, go to users. So new user is created. Let's copy the ID. Just you can don't need to copy it. So it's this ID here. So go to your ASP.NET user roles table. Right click and like edit it. So you should see the user roles table. And here this is your admin. So let's change this role ID to 1 and run this query. Now we have set this newly created user to admin. Now what we want to do is go back here, copy this, add a new tab, and create another post method for login, content type. Oh, that's the headers, sorry, content type, and we will set this to application JSON. And for the body, let's add the username and password since we need to log in. Well, and here we don't need the email when we are logging in the user. So now let's send this. So let me change this to login. And yes, now let's go ahead and hit send. And now we received a token. The user role, as you see, is now admin. But in the case when we logged in as a customer, it says customer. So API is working fine. Now let's use this token to edit a product. So inside this new tab, let's test our add product method. So change this to post, and let's go to our API URL, which is API/add product. Go to the body, and now the new product details, let's add that. So I've added the new product details. Now let's go to our headers, set the content type to application JSON. Go to authorization, set this to bearer token. Go to our login for the admin and use the token because it's still valid. Make sure you don't copy the quotation. Go back to your API to add product, and here for the bearer token, I'm going to paste this new token. Now we need to make a request, so let's do that. And now the add product method was hit, and we have received some product. Let's look at the product details. That's the new product that we are adding. So let's continue running this method. Go back here, and we have received a response saying that the product was successfully added. And why could we do this? Because of the bearer token that we attached to our request, which was issued to the admin when he logged in. We tried using the customer bearer token and we could not add a new product. You can go ahead and test the edit and delete functionality as well by attaching the bearer token to make sure it works fine. It should work fine without any problems, and only admin will be able to edit and delete the products. So now that's it for this testing video tutorial. In the next video tutorial, we will start working on the front end of our application using Angular 7. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel Tech Howdy.